Hey there guys, how's it going? This is rexfurry here, and welcome back to yet another gaming tutorial. And today what we're going to be doing is creating a sinking system within the water system I did a while back. I did a tutorial on how to create water in GameMaker. This time we're going to be kind of improving on that and adding a sinking feature to kind of make that a little more detailed and just look a lot more, what's the word? I don't know. Whatever you want to kind of imagine the word to be, whatever fits the scenario. I can't think of it right now. I'm somewhat tired, to tell you the truth, so I apologize if my kind of speech, I guess, grammar, whatever, isn't as good as it usually kind of is. Kinda. So anyway, that's kind of what we're doing today. This tutorial is also requested, which is another reason why I'm doing it. And it's a very simple tutorial, so I don't want to go too much into a lot of different things because it is very simple, and I just want to kind of get the basics down. I tried to do a test of this tutorial actually before I actually did the whole thing, so using a lot of the different stuff that is in this, but it didn't really work out so well. So I just solely want to get the attention on the sinking feature itself. So if you guys want to see how to make the actual water system, you guys can go ahead and check out the other tutorial I made. I probably will link it to this tutorial or something like that, so you guys can go ahead and do that with ease. But nonetheless, with that said, guys, let us go ahead and begin this tutorial by going ahead and clicking on our obj underscore player object. Alright, so what we're going to go and do here is disregard this chain sprite into SPR player. The only reason this is here is because this is an old engine, and this was kind of used for movement, so it's just kind of used to balance this sprite out, my player sprite here. But you don't really need this right here. You can go and delete it if you like. Go ahead and actually, it doesn't even really matter. So what we're going to go and do is in our create object, or excuse me, event, we're going to go and go to the move tab. If you're not there already, go ahead and get there now. And we're going to go and click and drag over a set friction action. And really quickly, I've mentioned this in some of my old tutorial videos as well, and the reason I'm using D&D, drag and drop, and not code is because a lot of newcomers to GameMaker, a lot of new kind of people, aren't really too used to code, so I like to kind of start off with D&D as much as I can, and then if they want to, they can convert to code later on. So, just kind of wanted to let you guys know that and be aware of that, so, yeah. Alright, so what we're going to go do is set friction to 0, and we're not going to be doing anything with the friction, only if we hit the water, and you guys will see what I mean by that later on. So for now, we're going to go ahead and go add event, and step, and step. Alright, so I'm going to disregard the gravity here, but just note, you do need some sort of gravity. A really simple system could just be like, excuse me, just click and drag over some code, because that's kind of the only way I really know how to do it. Just go ahead and go gravity equals 0.5. Not the most efficient gravity system in the world. Actually, a pretty horrible gravity system, but just something temporary you could use, if you don't want to actually make your own gravity, whatever. So just wanted to let you guys know that if you guys didn't have a gravity system already. So what you want to go ahead and do is go to the control tab, click and drag over an execute code action, and in this action you want to go ahead and click and drag over, copy and paste this code, which I'm going to put in the description box, and if it's not there, it will be in a paste bin, because sometimes YouTube doesn't like some of those symbols and stuff that are used in the codes, like freaks out and stuff. So it might be in a paste bin, but most likely it will be in the description box for you to copy and paste over here. So really briefly, what this code is saying is if place underscore meeting x, y, obj water block, which by the way is the name of my water block, and of course name it whatever the heck you want, like water block or W block, water, whatever the heck you want to name it. It's basically saying if I am meeting up with this object, if I am like colliding with this object pretty much, friction, which is what we said earlier, is going to start let's see, what's the word? Adding, I guess, by 0.5%. Okay, and it's just going to keep going up and up and up, and just kind of help keep that on a little short leash so it doesn't get too out of hand. I made this little system as well. If friction equals 10, so if we finally get up to a friction of 10, friction is just going to equal 10. So if you have like a whole bunch of water, your player just keeps going down and down and down. Friction is not just going to keep adding up and up and up. It's going to stop at a certain point. You can, of course, change these values to change the overall outcome. It doesn't matter, it still works all the same. So just thought I'd go ahead and explain that really quick. Now, obj ground, the collision with that, you don't really need to do anything with that as long as you have your own collision system. As I mentioned, you kind of need to figure all that stuff out because of the fact that if I go over all this other extra stuff, this tutorial will just take way too long. So sorry about the guys, but you guys kind of need to do that on your own. Nonetheless, we're going to go and keep moving on. Excuse me, we're going to go ahead and go add event now and go keyboard. Where is keyboard? There we go. Keyboard up. And what we're going to do is this is a simple ground kind of thing that I did a while back for this engine for when you're jumping up on ground. But what we want to also do is go to the control tab again. If you're not there already, just kind of keep there and click and drag over another execute code action and just copy and paste this code from the description box in here. And it's basically saying that, again, if this place meeting kind of thing here is taking effect on our water block, what's going to happen, and we're pressing up, by the way, is we're going to, first of all, our vspeed is going to go up, so our vertical speed, so we're going to be swimming upward, but we're also going to be minusing the friction by 0.3%. And what this does is, if you were to take out this little friction here, like that, and just leave it the vspeed, the friction would still be on our player, and if we were just going up for a vspeed, kind of thing, then we wouldn't really be going, it'd be really kind of slow and chunky because of the fact that that friction is still weighing down on our player. So we want to kind of minus that friction as we go along. Excuse me, that is actually a math assignment. Excuse me, for totally forgot about that. Nonetheless, there we go. There is our little friction kind of system, and that's how we work that out. And that is the basic kind of way behind this sinking function. So the ground, obviously nothing too much going on there, just solid. And our water block is just like the tutorial before with just the regular water. The image alpha is here to kind of create that transparency effect. So what I'm going to go and do now is bring this up just so you guys don't see my desktop and I don't really have to show you, or like rather cut away and all that stuff. So anyway, we're just going to run the game right now. Oh my gosh, you guys can probably tell right now I'm very tired. But nonetheless, there's our really crazy player. Alright, so what we can go and do is if we just go ahead and just kind of splash right in there, you'll notice that we start sinking immediately. We start going down and down and down. There we go. We can just go back up by holding the up key. And if we jump into the water this time, we kind of create a, we don't start sinking right away. We kind of go at a steady pace, and then we start sinking more and more and more as we go into the water. So you guys, of course, will be able to notice this effect a lot more when you guys actually do this. But that is the basics of creating a sinking effect in water. So hopefully this tutorial hasn't dragged on too long. If it has, sorry, but, you know, circumstances, just whatever. So anyway, hopefully it works out for you guys. For the person who requested this, hopefully this is what you wanted. Hopefully it works out gratefully for you as well. If you have any questions, and for anyone who has any questions as well, or comments, feel free to leave them below. And with that, this has been rexfurry, guys, with another gaming tutorial, and just a little kind of video this time, hopefully to get something better, or rather bigger, in the future. And until next time, guys, I'm going to go ahead and see you guys next time. Probably get a snack, then maybe kind of lie down, head to bed, all that fun stuff. So I'll see you all next video.